So, good evening, everyone. I'm excited to introduce you all to Mr. Dr. Nilanjan Dasgupta, the admission manager at Manya, the Princeton Review. He has a PhD in theoretical and mathematical in physics and over 15 years of experience. And today he will discuss the wider role of AP courses in colleges application and also going to share the tips for selecting the right subjects. So now, Nilanjan, it's over to you. You can start now.
Hi, Kajal. Thank you so much for this nice introduction. Just let me know whether my voice is clear to everybody. Kajal, can you confirm, please? Am I audible to everybody clearly? Yeah, Kajal, can you confirm, please? Hello.
Yes, Nilanjan, you are audible.
Thank you so much. Hi. Very good evening to all of you present here. Now, today, in fact, this evening, we are going to discuss one of the most important components of your undergraduate applications that probably you are planning to do within a year or so. Uh, Now, on your screen, I'm going to show you a few slides on a particular component which is technically known as advanced placement. Uh, I'll assume to begin with that the participants here do not have a proper understanding or the basic understanding about what advanced placement is and what kind of role and importance it has when it comes to undergraduate applications in foreign universities. Now, before I talk about what is this and what advanced placement is and what kind of role it has, what kind of importance it has, exactly where in your application portal it comes and what to do with it and how best you can utilize the entire concept of advanced placement, let us first begin with who you are and what we do. We are almost, like more than 20, 21, year old organization in this particular uh, domain of foreign education. Princeton Review itself is more than 40 years old. In India, we have presence in almost all major cities. And we regularly deal with students who are always interested to apply for top universities around the world. Specifically, my applicants, they're always interested to apply to, say, top 50 or top 100, if you consider ranking as one of the ways to understand how good a university is, then they are always looking at top 100, top 200 universities, including Ivy Leagues in USA. When it comes to application to the UG program specifically, the basic understanding of the entire process is fundamentally different from what you have in case of a postgraduate, master's level, MBA level, or a PhD level application process. We will mostly talk about here uh, a about an understanding of what an UG application process is, and specifically what kind of role an advanced placement, the component known as advanced placement, is playing in this entire application process. Coming back to our introduction, we are, as I've told, almost 40 years old institution, and we have successfully guided 400,000 students till now for their top universities. And I'm also happy to tell you that almost 88% applicants to admit success ratio we have for top global schools. And when it comes to USA, we have been able to send students successfully to almost all well-known universities like University of California, Berkeley, Cornell universities, uh, university like University of uh, uh, Michigan, NYU, and so on. We'll talk about these some of these universities as an example when it comes to understanding how they look at advanced placement. So the basic thing that we are going to discuss today is why it is important and why it is useful, how you can use this particular advanced placement thing. Let us first discuss the word itself. What do you mean by advanced placement? Now, someone who doesn't understand anything about the application process for any foreign university, for him or her, this particular word, advanced placement, this term, uh, may seem like uh, a professional placement somewhere in some organizations. Uh, in fact, uh, this term is little misleading because the advanced placement, the term itself, has nothing to do with the professional placement. It is entirely an academic placement for an undergraduate applicant in his or her undergraduate course. Now, there are reasons why this is called advanced, and there are reasons why this is called a placement. Advanced because this particular component gives you an opportunity to do something in advance. For example, if you are a school student now at this point of time and looking at an undergraduate application, which you will be doing next year or maybe next to next year, uh, in a typical undergraduate curriculum globally, you have to finish certain number of subjects within 3 to 4 years, and each subject will carry certain number of credits. Technically, this is the kind of a weightage of that particular subject. Say, for example, one subject can carry 4 credits. So, if in your entire undergraduate curriculum, if you are going to study 30 subjects, for example, you are going to finish 120 credits in your entire undergraduate curriculum. So, one subject will be equivalent to some number of some weightage, which is given by some number. That number is technically known as weightage. Now, if you are supposed to complete, say, 120 credits or say 180 credits or more than that, or whatever be the number of credits in your entire 3 to 4 year program in undergraduate, here advanced means that even before you reach your undergraduate college, you can actually do some credits before you reach that particular undergraduate institution in your school days itself, or uh, during your application time, or just before your application time. So this advanced means that you have an opportunity to earn few credits in terms of some numbers. You get a score, and corresponding to that score, you earn some credits. And that credit, of course, will be given or earned, or will be actually awarded by the institution where you are getting an admission. So then advanced word term means that you are in advance going to get some credits which will be eventually be a part of your undergraduate curriculum, but before you join the curriculum you already have credits. That is what you mean by advanced. Placement here means that you are placed in comparison to other people in your undergraduate curriculum. You are placed much ahead in terms of subject, in terms of the number of credits. So that is what is meant by advanced placement. So it is entirely an academic opportunity, very important academic opportunity, and important specifically because since you are earning something in advanced, you can actually reach your undergraduate degree in terms of sometimes in terms of time, in terms of doing some prerequisites much earlier than other people who do not have this advanced placement thing in their application portal when they will apply with you. So as an applicant, if you have an advanced placement score, I'll let you know exactly how to get this course. if you have an advanced placement score, when you apply for an undergraduate program, you will definitely be an advantage as compared to other people who do not have that. Next, to understand where exactly it is coming in your application portal, let us understand how this application process works. When you apply for a particular university in USA or in any university for that matter globally, there will be an admission committee who will evaluate your application portal in most of the times holistically, and sometimes they have their own way of understanding how good your profile is. But nevertheless, uh, there will be common minimum requirements for all universities. There will be some common minimum expectations from all universities, which they will try to find out in your profile. First is number one, if you can see this in this particular slide, acquired basic theoretical and practical understanding of your subjects through school test scores. First, they will look at your standard 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th, performance, academic performance. So first, your school level academic performance is one of the most important components of the entire application portal. So whenever you are applying to a university, your school level academic performance becomes one of the most, if it is not the uh, you know the component, but of course it is one of the most important components in the application portal. Second is co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Along with your typical school level academic performance, whatever you do in a co-curricular stage or whatever you do as an extracurricular activity will also be very, very, very important. And somewhere in your application portal, you will have an opportunity to write about all these things, uh, so that someone who is going to read your or look at your application portal from an admission committee's point of view will be in a better position to understand whether you have taken some initiatives to develop your profile, your all-round holistic personality, beyond the typical requirement that comes from the academic uh, uh, sphere. So your academic performance plus your co-curricular and extracurricular activities will also be important. Number three, performance in standardized tests. By standardized tests, I mean for you, SAT examination, which probably most of you will be writing very soon this year or next year, depending on when you exactly want to apply, plus your IELTS score or a TOEFL TOEFL score, which will definitely be mandatory for you because you are representing a country where English is not a native language. So by standardized tests, I mean these kind of exams, SAT and IELTS or TOEFL exam, and your performance in these exams are also, if not equally, but even, I mean, very, very important. There are some institutions, of course, which may not require at least SAT exam from you during your application evaluation process, but many other universities do require this. But of course, that's a very different story. That is not actually a part of our discussion today. But number three is, you can consider almost equally important as one and two. Number four is a quality of your application essay, which is a qualitative part of your application portal. So along with your numbers, the numbers that you show in terms of application, sorry, your academic performance in your school, your SAT exam score, your IELTS or TOEFL exam score, the qualitative part of your profile, which comes through the quality of the application essay, is also very important. So mostly wherever you apply globally, these four will form the basis of your application portal: your school level performance, your application essay, your standardized score performance, and also co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So you will be judged, evaluated only on these four components. So that is for sure. Now, till now, I have not talked about specifically where exactly advanced placement or this particular component, the advanced placement, comes into the picture. In fact, if you have understood me clearly, it is actually, since it is a number, uh, it comes in your uh, point number one majorly because the academic, the advanced placement is basically a kind of a test, an exam that you write for some particular subjects and you get some particular scores. So those scores reflect or is a kind of a uh, you know a, uh, is a mark of your understanding about that particular subject, and the score that you get will be mapped to a particular number of credits. If you report that score to your university, it will be mapped to a particular number of credits, and that credit will be awarded by the university or the college. That is how it is normally done. So the advanced placement things comes in point number one, where you actually write few exams, which is in addition to whatever you write for your school level exams. These are extra exams, of course, but on those subjects which are equally important, like which you actually have studied in your schools, like physics, chemistry, college level mathematics, like for example calculus, biology, psychology, maybe humanities, you know, arts related subjects, economics related subjects, statistics as well, and so on. So there will be almost like 35 to 40, in that typical range. You have these many number of subjects where you can write the AP test. But which subject you will choose, that will be dependent on which particular major or the subject you would like to take as your major subject for your undergraduate course. Next slide will mostly talk about the university selection process. I know that you can by this time you can, of course, you are in a position to find out what kind of universities are good for you, what kind of universities will actually apply for your undergraduate course, and so on. uh, the reason I'm telling you about this university selection thing right now is because of the fact that each and every university has its own advanced placement policy. So whenever you are actually looking at university, you should be able to look at their advanced placement policy as well. So if you look at their advanced placement policy, in addition to whatever they need for your application process, you will be in a better position to understand that for what particular course, what particular set of advanced placement subjects you need to write. Let me once again reiterate, advanced placement is actually a test that you need to write in addition to your school level test. The test will be on some subjects. The reason or the idea or the rationale behind the choice of those subjects which we will choose for writing AP will normally depend on two things. One, the university that you are choosing, and two, their credit policy, like their advanced placement policies. These two things, like you look at which university you are trying to apply for, you look at their advanced placement credit policies, you look at what kind of expectations they have when they talk about this advanced placement thing, and based on which particular subject you are looking at, you should be able to choose those subjects which will be important. Like, you should be able to choose those AP subjects which will be important for that particular major. For example, if you're looking at, say, computer science related subject for your major subject for your undergraduate course, you should be able to choose subjects like computer science in AP, calculus in mathematics. There are two calculus papers in AP mathematics. So ideally, you should be able to choose at least one, the basic one, the computer science, and also the statistics in most of the cases, because whenever you will go, you'll progress further if you go for a subject like data science, or for example data analytics in a master's level, or if you choose to read some part of your data science or data related things in your undergraduate level as well, you will need statistics. So statistics, calculus, and computer science will form a major set of subjects for AP if you are looking at computer science related subject for your undergraduation in in undergraduate college. So let me reiterate. First, look at the universities. Try to find out what are the minimum. expectations, application requirement, plus the AP credit policy, and try to find out exactly what the university wants as far as AP is considered. And based on which particular course you are looking at, try to find out which particular set of subjects you would write in AP in order to boost your academic profile as far as that particular undergraduate course is considered. Uh, Next, let us now go back to the advanced credit and placement once again. Advanced placement is actually divided into two parts. One is advanced credit. They will give you credit for your course score, and they will give you advanced placement in terms of skipping few courses that are not necessary for you. So the advantage of writing AP exam is actually twofold. One is you write an AP exam for a subject, you get a particular score. I'll let you know what kind of score they mostly expect. You get a particular score. That score is mapped into some particular number of credits. So when you enter a particular institution, that number of credits you already have. The university awards you an AP, you already have that score. That is one advantage that you get, advanced credit. You can also have advanced placement in the sense that if you have a certain number of score and certain number of credits, you can actually skip few courses at fundamental or prerequisites courses and go to the advanced level courses as well. That is an advanced placement, or both can be done. So if you look at the red color, statement, this is a method or a process which allows you to finish your course early by earning credits or skipping introductory level courses that might be mandatory to complete your UG course. So if you have that, you will be quite ahead, in comparison to your competitors who will be applying for the same course, or you'll be entering the same institution for the same course. So technically, this component gives you an academic credits in advance before you join your UG program, or opportunity to skip few courses after you join the program or both. So that, whatever will happen, that actually depends on the what exactly the credit policy is for that particular university. Uh, Now, advanced credit, if you are looking at this particular slide, you will understand more about the advanced credit thing. Most colleges require that you earn a certain number of credits before you can graduate. As I have told you in the beginning of our conversation, that you need n number of credits, n number of subject. One subject corresponds to certain number of credits. So you study certain number of subjects in 3 to 4 years of undergraduation. Means you are actually going to complete certain number of credits in the 3 to 4 year of graduations. And if you're in a position to complete some of the credits out of those n number of credits already before you join the program, then of course you are ahead. So that is why it is known as advanced placement. Uh, Go to the second paragraph now. Many colleges offer credit AP scores. Suppose you earn 3 or 4 on your AP calculus exam. Now this is very important. I told you that AP is an exam. Suppose, for example, you choose calculus as a subject to write your AP exam. Normally, the score that you get is from 1 to 5 in this scale of 1 to 5. Uh, Mostly, all decent universities, will expect you to have at least 3 in your AP exam. Uh, 3 and above, like 3, 4, and 5. All well-established universities will want 4, at least 4. Some universities may want 5 as well, but at least 3. Uh, Suppose you earn 3 or 4 on your AP calculus, and your college grants you 8 credits for that score. Suppose if you have 4 in particular subject, and for 4 correspondingly you get 8 credits, and you get 8 credits before you enter the college, and you are ahead. Like it means that you can start your college level course already with 8 credits in your transcript. So that is how it is normally done. You can finish your course early. You can save credit-based tuition fee amount as well, because many universities uh, go for uh, credit-based tuition fee amount, so you can save some tuition fee as well. Advanced placement. If you look at this particular slide, I have written about the advanced placement. Not exactly advanced credit, but advanced placement. It's like your AP score also demonstrates the fact that you have already acquired knowledge and theoretical skills regarding few advanced level courses. And that is quite evident because, in addition to whatever you do in your school level, Like, you study mathematics, you study biology, you study all basic science level science courses, science subjects, and then you write exams on those subjects and you get some numbers in your school level. But if you take up a more advanced level course on the same subject and write an exam and get a score and show your application, your admission committee, that you have received a score which is on the same subject, but the level of difficulty is much on the higher level. So definitely that will be a matter of kind of an achievement for you as an applicant, in the eyes of your admission committee. So that particular score in advanced placement examinations will be regarded as a demonstration of your acquired skills, a demonstration of your advanced level understanding of the same subject compared to other people who have not written that. So those AP subjects will let you skip those courses, and it's called granting you the advanced placement. But the number 3 point is also very important. Many universities also consider your AP score holistically. Whenever you write that you have an AP score during a application, university definitely will be happy, because they will be happy to know that you have taken an initiative to write AP exam. You have initiative to learn few things on the same subject on a greater level of understanding, with more advanced level of difficulty. So they take this initiative as a positive point, and they will definitely consider this AP score holistically in your entire evaluation process, because in USA mostly the evaluation system is holistic. I mean, across the level of education, like UG, PG, or PhD. uh, Now, before we go to the AP's policy for 3 or 4 universities to understand more about their policies, let me tell you that this is the best time to register for your AP exam, September, because you have your exam in the month of May. So although you have few months to go, but then there is a limited registration period, and the registration can be done, uh, through, of course, registration is online, and this registration can be done in a particular centers, pan India, of course. Almost all major cities have institutions, schools, which normally conduct these AP exams, but you need to register as early as possible. I guess, yes, September, of course, has started. We almost 7 days away from October, so this is the best time to actually look at the universities and try to find out their AP scores, sorry, AP policies, and how to register for these exams. Because of course, that can be done online, but if you're very near, or if you're staying in a major city, that will be like little easier for you, of course. But this is the best time because May is the exam time for you. Uh, Now, when you write the AP exam, let me get back to one of the most important points which we have already discussed. But again, let me reiterate, because it is one of the most important points to be discussed here, that based on which subject you are going to choose for your undergraduate major, you need to choose the subjects specifically which will be related to that major. We have already given an example of a computer science, type of major course. Like you take computer science, you take calculus, you take statistics. uh, uh, these are the kind of basic for your computer science related subjects. If you're going for commerce related subject, you can still take statistics, you can still take mathematics, you can still take micro and macroeconomics as well. But statistics will, in fact, form the basic subject for many major subjects. Like, for example, even if you take physics, you can take physics, of course, mathematics and statistics. If you take a computer science, you can still take mathematics, computer science, and statistics. If you can take commerce, you can still take economics related subjects, and also statistics. So uh, you need to understand, you need to talk to your schools or your advisors to know more about the kind of subjects that you need to ideally choose for this, for your chosen undergraduate course. uh, Next is, of course, some universities I have listed: New York University, Georgia Tech, and University of Michigan Ann Arbor. If you read it simply, you'll be able to understand exactly how they are looking at advanced placement. For example, in New York University, uh, there are two schools like Stern and Tandon. I mean, if you look at New York University's website, you will understand more about these terms. What is Stern and what is Tandon? So this is the name of the schools, which are technical schools, of course. Considering that you will be writing technical exams, uh, what they're suggesting that you require one from humanities, one from the maths or science exam, and one from your choice, one exam of your choice. So, of course, your advisor and your trainer will be the best person to talk about exactly what kind of subjects you choose. But I have given you already three examples. But it will completely be based on what particular major you choose. I've talked about physics. I've talked about, say, if you take mathematics, then of course mathematics can, calculus A, calculus the first one, A, B, and B, C. Statistics will be a good course. Commerce, economics related subjects will be a good course. Statistics will be a good course. Uh, uh, Sometimes, as you have seen, the New York University, like New York University, will also be interested to know your interest in various other subjects as well. Like, they would like to understand your performance in other subjects which are not related to what exactly you are trying to do. For example, if you're going for technical subjects, they may want to know how you can perform in humanities related subjects. Uh, for Stern and Tandon, one of the exam must be in maths, pre-calculus, and AP calculus, AB, BC, or statistics. As I've already pointed out, that these three form the basics of all technical subjects that you are going to look at for your undergraduate course. For Stern and Tandon, as I've told you, they're technical schools. So those who will be looking at technical colleges, technical subjects, will mostly be studying in these schools in NYU. Georgia Tech, almost similar. Uh, they're saying that students entering Georgia Tech may receive college credit based upon their scores, of course, on the College Board Advanced Placement exams taken in conjunction with the designated high school advanced placement classes, stat results, and so on. This also means that they will take SAT result, your school result, and your AP result, all of them together in conjunction, and then they will evaluate your performance holistically. University of Michigan Ann Arbor, specifically has given that computer science A is one of the AP subjects that you can take for electrical engineering and computer science related subjects in your undergraduate. First, the number five is your the score and in advanced placement. If you get five as a score, you can get four as a credit. So as I've told you that your score that you get in advanced placement will be mapped to a particular number of credits that you actually are supposed to earn in the undergraduate course. So for example, Michigan Ann Arbor, which is once again one of the best known schools for technical subjects, has given you a perfect, particular example of computer science, EECS program, electrical engineering and computer science related programs, that one particular course credit you can get if you write computer science AP, and if you get five as a score. So these are the kind of technical things that we need to consider. But as I've told you, that since this is the exam, these are the ultimately, basically, these are the exams. You need to write the exams sometime, and that particular time is of course in the month of May. For that, but of course you need to have a prior registration, specifically in the month of September and onwards. But there is a limited window, September and October. September is the best time to go for this registration process. You need to talk to your school or counselor, your advisor, your trainer, to understand more about this particular thing. But yes, in Manya, definitely we can help you with giving you the training on specific important technical subjects. That is one part of the assistance that of course definitely we can give it to you. And of course, beyond that, we have a set of advisors who will help you in understanding the kind of colleges or universities that you need to look at based on the choice of your major subject and the other application requirements in terms of the SAT score that you need, the IELTS or TOEFL score that you need, the other activities that you should be able to demonstrate on your application portal, and so on. So we have a trainers team. Definitely, they will come up and give you the proper training on few technical subjects based on exactly what kind of major you take. Second, as I've told, that we have an advisors team as well. We will help you in the entire application process, including giving you suggestions about the kind of activities, co-curricular and extracurricular activities that you can write on your application portal. We have a set of a team of editors as well who will help you in drafting, in reviewing, in finalizing the application essays and so on. So that will be a complete, assistance that you are supposed to get from Manya, the Princeton Review, for this entire process. APs, of course, as I have discussed, that is just one of the very important components that you should be able to include in your application portal. So this is our toll-free number, 1-800-102-4646, and this is our the website that we normally use for all information and promotion and all these student-related activities and so on, and informations and all uh, foreign education related information and all Manya related information. www.manyagroup.com. You can always visit and try to find out exactly what is happening, and you can always come back through this portal as well. Now you can ask questions if you have any in your mind. Not exactly always on the AP, but the entire process as well. If you have something in mind, but yeah. So if you have something to discuss, comment, or questions, or yeah, so you can go ahead. But before you can start asking questions, let me also ask uh, Kajal whether she has anything to give you, any message, any particular information that she would like to.
Yeah, thanks Nilanjan for your valuable guidance with us. So before we wrap up, I want to highlight some exclusive benefits for all our webinar attendees. First, you all will be receiving a free psychometric test in which you are going to analyze your strengths and weaknesses. And second, you are going to also receive the 30 days of free TPR portal access. And third one is going to be your Warner expert session with the admission expert. And after the webinar, one of our Manya counselor will call you to discuss these bonuses. So please answer and thank you joining us today. We are excited for your journey. Thank you, Nilanjan. Have a nice day.
Thank you. If you have any question, you can of course let us know here itself. You can unmute and just let me know. I think we have 7 participants now, more than seven, I guess,
Yes, yes, yes. We have 7 participants.
nine almost. So if you have any one of you has any particular question to discuss, to ask, discuss something, you can go ahead. Lakshman, yes, please go ahead. Yeah, if you are not able to unmute yourself, you can write on the chat box. Uh, there is a chat icon on the menu. Uh, you can click on that, and a chat box will appear on your right hand side. You can type your questions there. Uh, yes, Avigna, I think you are asking, does Manya provide training for these AP exams? Yes. Lakshman, mandatory in the sense that, you know, if you take a major, say for example, computer science is your major, then you should be able to choose the AP exams subjects carefully. For computer science, you can choose computer science as one of your AP's you know subjects. You can choose calculus and you can choose statistics as well. So calculus, statistics, and computer science, these three will be good enough. Uh, Avigna, after this particular webinar, uh, as soon as possible, counselor will come back to you. They will let you know about the entire, the test, sorry, the training structure, the modules, and how it will be conducted. Yes, 11th class, yes, he can enroll for AP. Do we need to present all the AP exams at the time of application? Uh, Ideally, yes. Uh, Three exams, three subjects will be good enough. Like, as I've told you, depending on which major you choose, three most relevant AP exams, the AP subjects will be good. But uh, the results that you get after writing the exam, you need to report those results during the application time. You don't have to present, Sushant. You don't have to you just report, in the sense that there'll be an application portal. You have to just report, self-report, or you need to send it through the organization through which you are writing that exam. Either it will be a self-report or the organization will report it from your behalf. Bhaskar, these AP and SAT modules, they're different. The trainers will also be different. So definitely there'll be a different training modules. Currently, I am not in a position to tell you exactly what will be the structure, but that will be definitely a different structure, because SAT is like, it's a language and a technical subjects, like, school or college level mathematics. But AP that you have, if it, that now that you have seen that AP has many other subjects as well. So depending on which subject you are actually trying to look at, the AP training module is different. The trainers are also different. I mean, they can be offered together, but the modules will be different, the structure will be different, the trainers will be different, and the duration will also be different. TPR portal, Shashant, TPR is the Princeton Review. Uh, so the Princeton Review, if you kind of register, you will get an access to this particular portal for more information and test related information and other documentations as well, like other information as well. So that portal will have kind of a repository of many things that you'd actually need for this particular training program. TPR is the Princeton Review.
Thank you, Nilanjan. I think
No problem. We invite all of you to have
okay.
more
Thank you. Bye
discussions
bye.
with someone who will be calling you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.